Witches and wizards were rampant in ancient Gbagyi communities, and to date, a few are still grappling with such challenges in some remote areas. However, the Gbagyi people detested witches, and they still do. They didn't take it lightly with anyone suspected of such nefarious acts. This was one of the areas that their powerful deities, Ashna, were deployed to tackle. Ashna, led by their specific priest, would go round the community, mostly at night, to fish out culprits of witchcraft who might have been inflicting the people with diseases or other kinds of misfortunes.
Now we have masquerades like Gbagyi or Gbagyi that are used for land cleansing, and this masquerade comes out even if it's at the daytime, but mostly at night with their music. Any Gbagyi man that hear that music knows that this music, it is the masquerade that not especially the women that they cannot see.
There is one that they call Agorobe. Any day that they want to perform their duty, they came out in the night around anything 1 a.m. to 2 o'clock a.m. So all the evildoers, anyone that they meet, if I'm not mistaken, the person have gone. When they go down, when they meet you, all those evil witches that used to come out in the night, if you meet with them, your own has finished.
If we know that the activities of the witchcraft have increased, there's a deity for it that comes out in the night and cry, beating the drum. Up to now, we still do it. Up to now, if we know that the society is so much, afflicted by witchcraft, we organize the god for witchcrafts, and then they perform their activities. If you dare go out within that period, before you come out, the following morning they see you at the body. Well, you went out to go and do bad things. So there are many of such things. Like, I told you, all activities have been deified. And so, if you are the wicked type, there is a special god for it. And once they take you to that god, you are gone.
Another thing the Gbagyi people didn't tolerate was theft. If you took something from someone without their permission, the family deity of the victim or the deity of the community, if consulted, would wipe away the entire family of the culprit, one after another.
If you play anything, if you do anything, and your name is brought to that Agorebe, you are as good as gone. You will die. Number of days, you will die. And by the time you die, everything that belongs to you will be brought to Agorebe. Everything will be packed there. Anybody that refuses to bring anything that belongs to the person that died to that family house, he too is waiting for his own time. And that is why in a family, and that is why people fear such family. If you play, it could terminate and eliminate the entire family as a result of that disobedience. Thereby reminding me about the Bible, some people who went to war and carried certain things they were not supposed to carry, and the entire family was exterminated. I think that is where they borrowed their this thing from.
The Asian was practically God that one could see. And if you offend the society, they take you there and you face the music immediately. Every deity had its own mandate. If you steal, you go and look for another man's wife, you go and farm where it is not your farm, or you go and fish the river that's not your own, or whatever. There was a deity to take care of that offense. And so, in fact, people feared God more than it is now.
The only thing that could avert this calamity was a confession of such crime and propitiation by the culprit and his or her family.
Now, there is also a time in those days, the Gbagyi culture, when they do what is called discipline of the children. It may sound crude, but at their own time, it is what will discipline a child, that will give a child to fear the norms, the cultures, the laws of the land, thereby avoiding any child growing to practice some ills that are against the society, that are against human existence. Now, a particular day can be organized. Sometimes such ceremony is a ceremony, but it's only known to the elders. That is when they bring the masquerade. They call it Amama.
Amama were a social control deity too, or masquerade, that stubborn children were usually taken to them for beating. If you're a kind of person that you are lazy, each time your parents send you to an errand and you refuse to go, you are subject to be beaten by Amama anytime soon. If you're you have a gang that doesn't allow chicken, fowls, goats, and whatever to hear word in a village community, they will just target you during that time when Amama are being celebrated or they are being sacrificed to. They will just look for a way of looking for you.
they'll corner you and beat you. They have a very big cane that they use in beating you to lash you seriously with it. So any child that has been beaten by this amoma means that each time he wants to misbehave, they'll remind him.
The families that owned Ashna had certain sacrifices and rituals they carried out from time to maintain them. It could be yearly, quarterly, monthly, weekly, or even daily. In some cases, it could be the turn of certain market days.
They were celebrated and sacrifices made to them annually. It was an annual event. Every year there was a particular period that sacrifices are made to them. Sacrifices mean renewal of strength to those Asha.
The same also went for that of the community deities. To describe it loosely, the people had to be feeding the deities with appropriate food as their own allegiance to the spiritual powers they benefited from the deities or from the gods. There were various animals that could be sacrificed to Ashna, and there were various rules and regulations for their owners and the communities to adhere to while performing such sacrifice. The individuals who owned Ashna, that is, deities, had to be morally upright in character. No sacrifice, ritual, or any kind of celebration in Gbagyi land was complete without cooking and drinking of eche, local beer. Even when sacrificial blood of an animal was offered to the ancestors or gods, it was always complemented with some measure of local beer. The local beer is usually prepared by a chosen woman within the community. After cooking the beer, she would not taste it, but would take it straight away for delivery to the priest of the deities at the shrine or cavern.
Gbagyi, abesha dabaje pururu, she shogundo, afi agole azaba shagole veda, bafi gole veje. To she basin, aza baba yifeji, to yipe baba ya jesin, ayukono go jeshu, to baya jeshu sin. To naba daba ya daba to basinje ba jife pala la ba jagaga bata jagaga shinshinu ashinwa hono ba chiga katako gama feji she ba jife ji hai aga go to amasha baba hete nalamu amasha ko masha gami bala ba jife lafiya. Mi chama la jife lafiya to ba lo ba ile no bale ha aje ba gusu sai e ayi so baba din aji afia inu wa la ba ha ni mama da afia inu wa na za afia inu wa wo fu wa amama tun je se ba je za ba poko ba za nu bale ba tun je wo fu wa akaka lenu za ba poko ba za nu bale ba tun je wo fu wa
Agwege ba fua nyati ya hii na bwayi ya fua nyati aba na fua batara ba no ko saje ben ko ya na akumba ba pa ju awu atete ya ba.
The various traditional festivals in Gbagyi land were a time to eat meat and drink a lot of local beer. At this time, all the people in the community, the deities and the priest, will partake of it. It is important to note that the festivals in Gbagyi communities, such as the Kabwanyaje festival, the Ajimbaje festival, the Shigbeshakasnije festival, Agorobeje festival, Amada or Aborije festival and Lububije were not just an opportunity to wine and dine and make merry, but each of these festivals had deep spiritual significance to the people.
Gbagyi, it was a celebration after harvest, where wine was cooked. They would put medicine. People would take it for the security and safety, or in case there is any outbreak like this outbreak of coronavirus, so that when there is any outbreak in the town, it protects the citizen. Then Lububije, it was always during the month of April, where it is celebrated. Gbagyi is a festivity, just like Christmas festivity, where there is eating and drinking and everything, making merriment. The Lububije was always towards April, or between April and May. And it was also a small celebration, where people gather for rejoicing and celebrating. These were the all essence of them. So we have two festivity in a year. And you know Gbagyi, there is a Jiba. That is a god that the community worship. That is why it is called Gbagyi, the Jiba. And actually, what actually happened when people were still low in Old Taru is that anytime if there is no rain, and they go and make a sacrifice for Gbagyi, you hear the cry of Dodo, okay, from nowhere. And if there is no rain, immediately before you reach home, rain have started. Okay? Rain have started. Or if there was a war, you go and sacrifice to Gbagyi, to Jiba. And when you go into that war, you go and win.
Gbagyi kwonu du oko ko won eye azin Gbagyi kwonu gmen awatan uku karshe aya kalo elobenyi eyan na yi ko go leyin locust bean to aya kalo eya za ko ibeyin ba yi sin Gbagyi watan uku karshe epia tai karshe na benya sunko abenya ya ko una na ari haye eya za ko ibeyin ba shazo kunu Gbagyi yan Jiba ya ko ye abele nainu abele puse inu
Sabala washi ngaje oyan yin na bolo agun peche misali shi yan pe jinu jiba ko ibo yinbo to ajiba bi lolo napi akuta na za ko ibo che ya jiba iba ga jiba bi to sana ba lo jiba ko aba lo na nko je nko pse to aza kunkununu mba lobo ebi lo mba yin me sama ba ni lo ba yin sacrifice mbo jiba ko ya ba to sababa lobo sana ba e fi koje ayan bejin afi jepa an pe egun tan ba burukutu sana fi je ko nu kwa yan pe egun tan ba ba lo hai mpe je wi kokunu agun polo alope anga ba lope to ajiro wi na ba lope jiga awo kinu jiba kwa da nko ba jinja èyàn sanbo nu lo agbada lo ko izabo gun lo wa ka to sana azai bana batnunu saba lo baji agage aye jiba kwa dagna azike jiba kwa dage gujenda na pi ni ko za ni gbai bata yele go eji kwa ya bion ta ma ba do ku fun to eyan kwa baba ba shi bayin ngeji ba kwa dalonu njosun ge azana ba kun na ba gun ope na ba gun shi won sha kale gba gujenda ba nu ba jina go za ba gun lo to wa kashi won agu za ba gun lo to wa kashi to bala jin peche na wo go za ka lo wa koi shwon do henu to ada fo ba
here is a festival that ushers in the raining season, and so what they do is they go to the hill, our hill here, any hill that the grandchildren, the fathers came from. Go there, perform some rites, they will come and they will put on white soil, and they become white completely. And then they line up from the hill, come to the village center and dance. They will remain there for 7 days, and nobody is permitted to sleep with his wife. Not even you can't sleep with any person's wife, not even your own wife. If you are caught, it was an instant punishment for you. Instantly, in front of everybody in the community. So, this is one of them.
In all Gbagyi communities, blood sacrifices were made only of animals. The Gbagyis never used human beings for any form of sacrifice. Their deities, Ashna, although spiritually powerful, were never used in a negative way, such as harming or wreaking havoc on the innocent. The wrath of the gods and that of the deities only served to punish those who broke the rules of the community, or those who committed crimes against individuals or the traditional institutions. One unique deity in Gbagyi land, which many see more or less as just masquerade, is the Kaka. It is the only deity that women are allowed to see and even dance with. Kaka or Kakawi are still part of Gbagyi cultural festivals in most communities till date. Kaka, for plural, are ceremonial masquerades or deities that add richness and color to every festival or ceremony in Gbagyi land. They are beautiful dancers and are always a delight to watch. In episode 3, we shall be taking a deep dive into the rich traditional marriage rites of the Gbagyi people, from courtship to the wedding ceremony and everything in between. We promise that you are going to love it. Please like, subscribe to our channel and share with others to enjoy while learning about these unique people called the Gbagyis. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.